Lady, huh?
Yep.
Okay, pretty.
At night.
Fish everywhere.
I do not know. Now, what do you do for a living? There's residents?
Who?
Senator Pinkerton?
Who are these people?
Who are they? How do they make their voices do that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Frankly, I do not know. Now, what do you do for a living? Break kneecaps?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And you, ma'am?
Big subcaps.
What is your line?
My line?
Yeah. Are you having a good time here at the Senator's
I
House Awareness Party?
I am.
You are?
It's lovely.
Yes?
Very nice.
And you, sir? Yes. Are you having a good time at Senator Pinkerton's place?
I guess so.
Good.
The only thing is the eating hasn't started yet.
Well, if I had to build it, it would. It makes me feel pretty secure. I think maybe it'd take more than a tank to get through it.
Yeah, you could be right about that. Could very well be right. What do you think Senator Pinkerton's chances are of becoming President of the United States?
If he promises everybody a house, I think he'd make it.
A house like this? A house that people can retire in?
Or all the, yeah. Any homeless person can have one.
There you
If they
go.
can build it themselves.
There you go.
Give them all the tires they need.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I'm asking to let you know who's playing music for you. This group is called Destiny. Carl Sandburg and Company.
That's not me. Who got hit the camera? Who's that guy that
Please come upstairs, bring your food, bring your spouse, bring your feet.
Yes. We have a special sale on trash compactors. lingerie, and Rolls Royces. Could you please come up now?
It took 4 years to build, and that was built by John and Sharon. It was a dream they had, a dream a lot of people laughed at and said couldn't happen. No way. John was an American history teacher, middle school, down in Riverside. Never pounded a nail for money before in his life. Neither had his family. You know, even the kids helped raise his house, literally. 4 years in the making, and all the critics and the people with the conventional wisdom were wrong. A house that they said couldn't be built in California has been built by a man who never built a house before. It's been quite an experience. Sharon has shared some of it with me, taking baths in Tupperware dish pans with heated water, living in a tent, living without power for 4 years. Now that's an experience. But the end result has been the realization of a dream, and I think we would all agree that they have proven that it's still possible in America for ordinary people to build their dreams, because you're standing in one, right?
I just want to say one thing. There was one person in our life that was really believed in us. It was my mother-in-law. Hey. And she's not here anymore. She passed away about 2.5 months ago. But she gave us a lot of support. She stood by us no matter what. Even when people laughed at us, she was right there beside us. God bless her wherever she's at. We love her.
Well, you know, when you do a really good performance, when you give a really good performance, if you're an entertainer, I'm not, but if you are, the question comes to mind, what do I do for an encore? Where do I go from here? Some people have asked John, well, are you going to go into the home building business? And he shuddered, and he said, no way. He said, I just wanted to prove it could be done. Besides, I wanted the house. Now he has it. So where do we go from here? Well, the Pinkertons have taken on a challenge in building this place, a 4-year challenge, and they've gotten the results. Now they're ready to move on to something else. And the announcement we'd like to make to you this evening is that John is going to seek public office. Now when they decide to take on building, pick up a hammer and the nails and all the other goodies that go into building a house, they didn't build a picnic table, and they didn't build a shed, and they didn't build a garage. What they did build was a 3,400 square foot house, R2. And in seeking public office, John's not going for the garage and he's not going for the shed. He wants to make a real difference. And so this American history teacher with no previous experience in building is now going to seek for the office of United States Senator. John is going to be running for the Democratic nomination in '98, and we'd like him to speak to you. I'd like to introduce to you, and I know you all know him, John Pinkerton, next United States Senator from California.
My remarks are going to be much briefer than the announcement. My friend Francis Green, him and I have worked together on for the last couple of months trying to get things off the ground, and we are rolling now. We've got some interviews coming up and everything, and we're real excited about all that. But I think what he said about us wanting to make a difference, that's what it's about, folks. My mother's passing reminded me of 57 years old, 33 years on her job, doing a heck of a job raising family of my brother and I by herself, and holding down a job. Now it's all gone. And when Mom was out here a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months, she passed away out here. She reminded me that life is really short, no matter how long you live. It's very, very short, folks. And if there's something you really want to do, this house was something I really wanted to do. Staying married to my wife was something I really wanted to do. And if you look around this house, you're going to see some things that aren't really probably as good as they should be. But we didn't let that stop us, that we didn't know exactly what the heck we were doing. We just did it. We got out there and made something happen. When I got married, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But I'm getting better at it. We don't know exactly how to run a campaign, but we're not doing too bad so far. My friend Francis Green says, why don't you get somebody that knows what they're doing? And I said, those people scare me. We know that things can be better in this country. We know that we can start in our state. We know that this state should have 2 senators that have views that fall a little more in line with the mainstream on abortion. We think that although Sharon, hello. Although we agree with Barbara Boxer that abortion is the law of the land and it's going to remain that way and women should have the right to choose, we don't believe that they should be federally funded, and we don't believe they should be routine. We want to change that, folks. We want to be a voice that will say, it's not what we stand for, is routine abortions. When it comes to finances, there's too much going on. The federal government is spending too much of our money on special interest groups. We want to be a voice that says, enough. Do what you can for yourself, and when you come up short, then all of us together will give you a hand. The government of Truman, the government of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the government that says, do what you can for yourself, folks, and when things are real rough, there is going to be a safety net, but not a platform to spend the rest of your life. We could go longer than everybody here wants to go on some of the issues. Keep your eye on the paper, watch a little TV, because we're going to be on some of the local stations, and then we're going to be on some of the bigger stations. And I promise you, folks, we're not waiting to see how things are going to go. I was advised to test the waters. I'm not that kind of a guy. We're in it for the long haul. We're going to go all the way, folks. If nobody wants to hear what we have to say, that is what's going to turn me around. But I don't think so. We think that the message we have is a mainstream message. We think that the message out there right now is not mainstream. People are not happy with it. So, folks, whatever you can do to give us a hand, we're going to appreciate that a lot. One guy didn't build this house. I know that's the story, but it didn't happen that way. It wasn't even one guy's dream. In fact, the idea of building with tires wasn't even my idea. In fact, I'm not even the first guy in my family to think of it. My brother brought it to my attention, and I thought, yeah, what I'm thinking about is something a little more conventional. I'm a school teacher, folks. That's my training. I'm a long-term married person with 3 kids, and this is the most radical thing I've ever done. And I like living like this. I like taking a chance, and we're going to take a big one right now. Have fun, folks, and thank you very much. boxer dog.
The boxer dog, okay.
After all, I am his
Not cover my phone.
Okay, I want.
There ain't no outboard motor on it. We always got rules about it. There you go. Okay, then. Anyway, you can't have that speaker. I'm gonna set the case in there, but this thing is so fun.
What's that? The kids have it. They're playing tag with it. Let's get it away from them. All right. Excuse me.
Big comment. It is Claritano.
Slavin, the Gibson guitar. We'd like to thank the Shoot for the Moon dancers. Really appreciate that. That was marvelous. I hope none of John's coating came out the ceiling downstairs. By the way, you know that if John wins that bid for senator, we'll have a lot less flack from building inspectors.
A tire house for every family.
Hi, I'm John Pinkerton. You know, folks, 16% of our country's budget goes just to float alone. That's nearly $250 billion that we spend each year not to pave a road or to hire a teacher, and I'd like to change that. And if you send me to Washington, I promise, I'm going to make that my top priority.
Hey, hon, why don't you take out the garbage first and then balance the budget?
Boss is always right. Hi, I'm John Pinkerton. If you send me to Washington, I'm going to take my 25-year-old Pontiac with me. But don't worry, I'm not going to stay 25 years. I support term limits. I'm as dependable as my Pontiac, and I'm not going to change my mind.
There we go, John. Come on. Show them what you're made of. Yeah. Can't hit those politicians too hard.
I've been preparing all my life for this fight, and I know I'm the underdog. But with your support, I know this is a fight we can win. Support me next June, '98.
Hi, my name is Sharon Pinkerton, and this is my husband, John, who's running for United States Senate.
Hi, folks. You know, when we built this home of ours, the experts said it just couldn't be done. Well, with a little work and a lot of determination, we proved the experts wrong. If you send me to Washington, we're going to prove those experts wrong, too. We can have a balanced budget amendment.
Can one person make a difference? Sure, if it's Mr. Right.